Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Xturn, and today I got some news for you on Minecraft 1.13, and I want you guys to let me know how the audio quality is, because I just got this new pop filter and microphone thing, and I think it's gonna make some pretty good audio. But I want you guys to let me know. So if you like the audio quality, make sure you comment down below, or if there's a poll, I think there's a poll. There might be a poll. I might have forgotten. Anyway, today I'm going to be giving you the rundown of all the new additions coming to 1.13 related to command blocks and commands and stuff. This is incomplete, as it says, a completely incomplete, super early preview of everything that will definitely break your maps in 1.13 by Dinnerbone. So this is a thing, and as you guys know, I'm a command block creator, so I'm very excited for this. And shameless plug, by the time this goes up, there should be a new song on Extra Music, which is my music channel. But shameless plug aside, let's get into this. So we're gonna start off with general stuff, and then we're gonna go into more of the specific commands. So starting off with the general, make sure you have lowercase whenever applicable. So know this is not allowed. Also, functions are parsed and cached on load. This means you will know about it when you load up the function. It'll tell you, oh, this isn't right. So if this means to check if a map works in 1.7.banana, simply open your world in 1.7.banana. If there's errors, they'll be in your log. So that's how you know your functions are good. Also, the output of command blocks and commands is now as it's now said the output of command block is now called the success count, not the result, or no, it's called result, not success count. So that's a little bit of a difference with that. But now we're going to go down to some stuff that's more important to understanding why all this stuff is changing. So these are argument types. So with entity selectors, there's more error identification, so things like game mode purple aren't allowed because it makes no sense. Also, instead of min and maximum values, there's now ranges. So level equals 10 is 10, level equals 10 ... 12. So make sure there's 2 dots. 5 ... is anything 5 or above. ... 15 is anything 15 or below. Everything is now a double, which means it supports decimal points, which is good for very precise things. All of these things are now required their proper things. So game mode, level, distance, rotation, limit. That's now important because for things that have two things, that's now changed because the ranges, so there's only one. So RX and RXM are now just X rotation because now they're ranges. Limit, which was the old C, no longer allows negative values because there's sorting, which I'll get to in a second. NBT and spaces are now allowed in all of the entity selectors, so you can use that to help select entities, which is more useful for certain things. Make sure you repeat your things just because it helps the commands run quicker. And also, you can now specify sorting. So nearest, furthest, random, and arbitrary. Nearest is for any command. So at P is nearest, and at A will actually execute it in the order from nearest to furthest. Sort furthest is the opposite of that. This would be you use C for negative. Random is .r, and arbitrary will just random. It won't. Arbitrary means it doesn't matter, so it will not sort the result. Blocks, now there's now block states, and so data and NBT is now removed and it's attached to your block state. So in brackets, that's where you're going to put your state in NBT is going to be in braces or curly brackets, if that's what you want to call them. But so that's like this. Minecraft Redstone. Minecraft Furnace facing north is that's the block state. That's the data, and this is the NBT, and there's no space in between those. Also, an ID for a block is required, so this would be like the Minecraft. If nothing's set, so it's just stone. If there's a stone in a mod, it will just default to Minecraft stone, so that would be regular stone. States are optional, so are NBT, but there are also syntax errors, so doesn't exist equals purpleberry. Doesn't make any sense. Also, power equals Tuesday is also an error because power is a number between 0 and 15. NB tag is in braces. I told you that already. Oh yeah, if you want to test for redstone wire with power 15, it'll only check for power and ignores all other block states, or NBT. And if you set one thing, everything else will be at the default value. There's also no such thing as block data. This is now all states or NBT. Get that into your head. It's going to make things a lot easier for certain things, but it's also going to make things a lot harder. Items. Now, same thing. NBT is attached to the item name. So with braces, just like this. Also, an ID is required, and it defaults to Minecraft, just like the stone. And there's no item data value or damage value. Damage is now an NBT tag, and every other thing else is either a separate item or a property in NBT. Now, so we're going to go down the commands in alphabetical order. See, in all of them, just like /clear, NBT and data have been removed because they're now all a part of the item or block state. So I'm going to skip over those ones. So yeah, we're going to get into the commands. Clone and clear, same thing, just they're removing the parts that, like block and data. They're removing block and data. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's what they're doing. What am I doing? Game mode no longer accepts shorthand or numeric ones, so now you have to type out spectator. Remember, but you can just press tab and it'll do it for you. Difficulty, same thing. The effect now has effect give or effect clear, otherwise it works the same way. We're going to skip execute. We'll come back to that because it's big. Experience is now /XP is now an alias for let experience. There's experience add, experience set, or experience query. Experience query is like will tell you the points or levels given, so that's why you select points or levels on that player. Set will set the player's experience, and add will add that amount of experience. Remember, you can always select points or levels. Fill has the same thing, just the block NBT data is gone. Function has no longer if or unless. That's been moved to execute. So if you want that, make sure you can execute. There's no more custom game rules. It was just causing problems. So now there's only the built-in game rules. You make sure you use select scoreboard if you want something like that. Give, same thing. No more NBT and data. Replace item, same thing. Scoreboard had data tags removed because they're in block states. Set block, same thing as fill. Stats are completely gone. They're now part of /execute. We'll get to that in a second. Same thing with test for block. Test for blocks. Test for block and test for blocks. Toggle downfall is now removed because you should use /weather because it's better. /TP is now an alias of /teleport. Now this is a problem because teleport coordinates are relative to the executor. So if I type /TP your username, it'll tilde 5 tilde. It'll teleport you 5 blocks above me, and you'll fall down to me. So now you have to use /execute. So you have to do /execute at that, and then TP. Now this thing, I said that already, used to be success count, now it's result. So now we're going to talk about /execute. This is the biggest change, and it's the best change in my opinion. So now there's a bunch of different subcommands for /execute. There's /execute at, /execute at, as, at, and offset. Offset does not use relative coordinates, so that would be 15, 15, 15 would be offset. At entity, now this is a little bit tricky. So if you want to execute with the coordinates moved to entities thing, so if it's /at your username, then the coordinates used will be relative to your coordinates. /as will make you the executor. So if I say /tell raw execute as you tell raw, it'll tell everyone that you are telling that to them. Or wait, no, that'd be /say, but it will tell them that you're telling that, you're saying that. Sorry about the construction outside. There's some working. Super annoying. Now there's also test for block and test for blocks, and test for entity. But you use if and unless. Unless is just the opposite of if. Block coordinates. You can also put I think you can. Yeah, I think you can execute this as someone or at someone if you're looking to get their coordinates for test for block. So then you put your block in your chained command. Remember, these can be relative coordinates if you're executing at, or they'll be relative to you. Blocks is just the same thing as test for blocks. These have been made from test for blocks to under execute. And then there's execute entity, which is just test for. It's the same thing. Remember, if and unless are opposites, so if this and unless this are going to be this opposite. Now, there's also /stats in execute. So now you're going to /execute store the result or success of this command right here. So if you store it, or you store it you store this command result in this objective. So success would be either true or false. Either the command ran or it didn't. Result would be like if I use the experience command down here, experience query, it would return the level or points of your experience that would be stored about you. For that, you'd want to select result. What else? Oh, yes. The value is stored under name and objective. So I said that already, didn't I? But unlike /stats, you do not have to set an initial value for that. So, yeah. If the command isn't successful, so that success is 0, result will also be 0. Oh, I forgot to mention. Success is going to either be 0 or 1. 0 is not successful. 1 is successful. That's binary, integer binary. Also, you can just chain these subcommands together. So you can execute as somebody. So this could be for trolling. So you could execute as you at a different player. So I could be like, you set the block at that player, even though I ran the command. So that could be like for trolling. These old commands, this is now some example. So you'd execute as at E. So instead of execute at E detect stone 0, say stone, detect as at E. So, or execute as at E. So at everyone, doesn't matter who it is, everyone, every entity is going to have this command at S. So that'd be at the the person that's running the command. So that'd be at the same thing as at E, but it's at S because everyone's running the command. If, remember, that's this if and unless. Block, so now you're testing for a block, is stone, then you can say stone. Make sure you have a then in there at the between the execute commands and the final command, because that will let it know that you can do that. When you're done shitting subcommands, then lets you write the actual command to be executed at the end. For this one, execute at E, detect grass, summon pig. You want to execute at E because you don't care who's doing the command. If block grass, so if it's on a grass, then summon a pig. It's gonna summon pig. Execute at E, say hello would be execute as, because hello, because /say has who says the command. So everyone will say hello. It'll give it in brackets who says it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Oh yeah, a link to this Reddit post was in the description. Will be in the description. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure, if you liked the video, make sure to like it. And if you really liked it, really make sure to subscribe, as it helps me out a whole lot. And make sure to comment whether you liked the audio or not. That will let me know that this is working. And also, I just hit my mic. Whoops. Also, there should be a poll on screen again. Make sure there was a poll somewhere in the top right hand corner. Make sure you vote on that poll, because that also lets me know and it gives me instant results, which really, thank you guys so much. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was not good. I just hit my desk with my knee. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace out.